Where the do I buy that from? Good question. Watch this series and I'll explain everything. Now, I just want to preface this entire series with saying that if you are brand new to e-commerce and you're looking to sell on Amazon, particularly as an FBA seller, go watch my video on online and retail arbitrage first. That's how I'm going to show you how to source your very first products. This video is not about sourcing or finding things to sell when you've got no idea what to sell. What this video series is about is when you know what you want to sell, but you don't know where to buy it from to get the best pricing. So, there's the disclaimer. If you're looking for your very first products, check out my other video on retail or online arbitrage. I go into exactly why I prefer that method for when you're starting out there. And then, if not, stay with me and I'll tell you exactly what this series is going to be about. There are 4 ways that you can source products. The first one is how do you sell established brands. This normally applies to people who sell via retail or online arbitrage first, and they've bought from retailers so successfully online, particularly on Amazon, and then they're looking to get in with that brand. Episode 2, I'm going to cover how to source internationally. So the vast majority of you who are watching this will have heard of people buying from Alibaba and either drop shipping or of course having white label goods made or even their own products made and then shipping into their country so that they can then send them to Amazon or sell on their own websites. This isn't my preferred method. I think it's massively overrated. I think as soon as you step out of the e-commerce bubble that a lot of people find themselves in, you realise that actually this isn't the best method for the vast majority of people who try to use it. But I'll go further into that when we do the episode. Episode 3 is going to be about sourcing domestically. This is my personally preferred method, and I think for the vast majority of you this will be the better way. So this is how can I find people within my own country to either make my own products, white label some goods for me, or whose products I can drop ship. This will have a little bit of crossover as well with getting in with the brands, because obviously a lot of the times they're going to have people that you can buy from within your own country. And last but not least, number 4 is that rather than outsourcing the manufacturing, I'm going to manufacture myself. This is the hardest one to get started with because you're in control of getting everything from all these different sources, bringing them together and then either finally assembling, so it could be something that you're making handmade, it could be a kit that you're putting together, and then selling that as your own product. So that'll be episode 4, and that's the hardest one, but it usually has the best margins. The way that I'm going to explain them is I'm going to cover everything that you need to do, so step by step of this is what to do first, this is how to move forward from that, until you're able to source the product successfully. I will also cover the things that you need to be aware of, and that are really good questions to ask them. So firstly, I'm going to cover feasibility. So this is how hard or easy is it for me in the situation that I'm at to get into this method of sourcing. Number 2, what kind of price range am I looking at? What's the minimum spend? What's the minimum quantities I'm going to be buying? Are there line minimums? I'll cover everything like that in that section. Number 3, payment terms. What terms can I expect? What's the usual ones? What are the ones to look out for and are a little bit dodgy? And then I'll just explain how you can then start to build a relationship from there so you don't have to be shafted with pro forma terms. And last but not least, number 4, which is known as Incoterms, but to me and you, it's basically the shipping arrangement. Now, this is a really, really complicated area that doesn't sound like it should be, but effectively all you need to know is who's responsible for the shipping. Is it them all the way? Do you have to pick up from their warehouse? Do you meet in the middle? Do you change at the dock? There are loads of different terms. I fully recommend you checking out Incoterms. Just Google it, have a read down, try to familiarise yourself with it as much as you can. As if you get it wrong, it can add a nasty amount to your expected costs, and also the liability is something you need to be really aware of before you take the risk of importing goods if you don't have insurance. So that's it. So this is just the introduction. Check out the 4 different episodes. If you've got one that you know specifically that you want, then obviously click on that straight away and you can get the information. If not, check out all 4 and then I'll explain to you the good and the bad for each one, and then you can decide for yourself, actually this is the one that I want to start with, or this is the one that's right for me. Thank you very much for watching. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I do loads of different tutorials. I do really basic ones which are just like your day 1 how to start. And then these ones which are a little bit more complex when you're starting to find your feet and you're wanting to up your game and scale up your business a bit more. Goodbye everyone.